Why do people hurt each other? This is a question that has troubled thinkers for ages. We see violence all around us, from small acts of aggression to large-scale wars. It fills our news cycles and our history books. Sometimes it can feel like violence is just an inescapable part of the human story. But is that really true? While it's easy to focus on the negative, we must also remember the countless acts of kindness, cooperation, and love that happen every single day. From the first responders who risk their lives to the strangers who offer a helping hand, humanity is full of compassion. The truth is, humans are complex. We are capable of both great love and terrible violence. To understand why we are sometimes violent, we need to look at our history, our biology, and our capacity for change. Only then can we begin to imagine a more peaceful future. History is filled with stories of violence. From ancient empires built on conquest to modern-day conflicts, the trail of human aggression is long and bloody. We see it in the Roman Empire's expansion, fueled by military might, and in the horrors of the world wars, where technological advancements really magnified the scale of destruction. But history also offers glimpses of peace. The Silk Road, for example, thrived on trade and cultural exchange between East and West. And the creation of the United Nations, after World War II, demonstrated a collective desire for international cooperation and conflict resolution. These contrasting narratives remind us that violence is not inevitable. While it's important to learn from the mistakes of the past, we must also draw inspiration from moments of peace and collaboration. These moments show us that a less violent world is possible. Scientists believe that our brains evolved over millions of years. In the distant past, violence was sometimes necessary for survival. Imagine our early ancestors facing threats from predators or competing tribes. In these situations, aggression could mean the difference between life and death. Our brains developed mechanisms to help us respond to danger. The fight or flight response, for example, floods our bodies with hormones that prepare us to either confront a threat or escape to safety. While essential for survival in our evolutionary past, these same mechanisms can lead to violence in the modern world. However, our brains are also wired for empathy and cooperation. We have mirror neurons that allow us to understand and share the feelings of others. We are social creatures who naturally form bonds in communities. These aspects of our biology encourage us to seek peaceful solutions and build relationships. Are humans the only ones who are violent? Certainly not. We see violence throughout the animal kingdom, often in competition for resources like food, territory, or mates. Lions fight for dominance, chimpanzees engage in brutal conflicts, and even ants wage war on rival colonies. However, many animals also display remarkable cooperation. Ants work together in highly organized societies, bees communicate and cooperate to build hives, and elephants show compassion and grief for their dead. These examples demonstrate that even in the animal world, cooperation is just as essential for survival as competition. Humans, with our complex brains and social structures, fall somewhere in the middle of this spectrum. We are capable of both great violence and great compassion. The path we choose, as individuals and as a species, is ultimately up to us. Throughout history, humans have formed groups for protection and survival. In the beginning, these were small, nomadic tribes. As we developed agriculture and settled in one place, these groups grew into larger and more complex societies. Living in groups required cooperation. Rules and laws were established to maintain order and prevent violence within the group. Over time, these social contracts evolved, leading to the development of cities, nations, and international organizations. This process of cooperation, however, has not always been smooth or peaceful. Conflicts between groups, fueled by competition for resources or ideological differences, have been a recurring theme throughout history. Yet, even amidst these conflicts, we see examples of diplomacy, treaties, and alliances that demonstrate our capacity for finding peaceful solutions. If violence is a learned behavior, then surely we can learn to be less violent. Education plays a crucial role in this process. By teaching children about history, conflict resolution, and the importance of empathy, we can help them develop the skills they need to navigate conflict peacefully. Exposure to different cultures and perspectives can also foster understanding and tolerance. When we step outside of our own limited viewpoints and make an effort to understand the experiences of others, we are less likely to see them as different or threatening. Furthermore, addressing social injustices that contribute to violence is paramount. Poverty, inequality, and discrimination create environments where violence is more likely to occur. By working to create a more just and equitable world, we can reduce the root causes of conflict.